Alright, hello everybody. Welcome to the... Oh, I gotta put up my things here. There you go. That's what I need. Welcome to the BNR Xfinity Series tonight here at Pocono for 34 laps. Which is 112.5 miles. Yes, Ernie, as always, we will. Sorry, it's 45 laps. Alongside of me tonight is Will. Good evening, Will. As soon as
Yes, good evening, Brian.
there you are.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yes. Is everything crystal?
Yes. I'm gonna do a little
Okay,
race
cool,
info
yeah.
real quick. Anywho,
Alrighty.
as we see here, the BNR Xfinity Series. This is the Pocono 113. The current track temp is 114. How ironic. It is in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. I wouldn't call this, it is an oval, but it's the triangle. So, I really wouldn't necessarily classify it as an oval. But anywho,
It is the truest form of triable.
yes. The weather here right now is 81 degrees Fahrenheit. It is 63% humidity. It is clear with a 10-mile-per-hour wind. They have a total of 45 laps, as I said, 112.5 miles. 50% fuel, 4 sets of tires, 1 quick fix. And last week's winner is Jacob Carter. And once again, as the BNR Racing Network, would like to thank TrackCams22.com for allowing us to use the cameras. Go check him out. He is reliable prices. You get all these awesome footage that you would see in real life on TV. Go check him out. Very cheap. It will enhance your experience better. And make sure you go and take a look. Anywho, as you see here.
Oh my goodness, I saw a Rick Ware racing paint scheme, I could have sworn.
Yeah, right there. Of Skylar Sixton.
Oh, never mind, that's not actually a Rick Ware car. It just kind of looked like it from a distance. Ernest King in that Mountain Dew throwback. I believe that's Ernest, right?
Yes,
In
Ernie.
24? Oh,
Yep.
Yep. Must be a Jeff Gordon fan. He's in the 24 in both series that we see him in. He doesn't get to win the cup.
Philip Bridgman
As
moves
I
up
know,
to
right?
P8. Yes, I think he's 24 in the truck. No, Ernie, no. I think Raiders the 24 in the trucks.
Raiders the 23.
Okay, well then Ernie's 24.
But I said like Ernest doesn't get to drive in the cup that much, so
No,
I don't know what if he is
he.
a number in there. I don't
Yeah, he
think
is.
I don't.
It's like very selective tracks.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Will Roberts, ladies and gentlemen, P1. Oh, and it's not my partner, Will, by the way.
Yes, no relation and completely different middle name. My middle name, ironically enough, is Brian, so that's what the B stands for in mine. Pocono, very high-speed track. These Xfinity cars should get down Long Pond. The main straightaway should get at least 190, 185 range, somewhere in that area. With the draft, maybe a little bit faster, Brian, but this track was kind of modeled after Indianapolis Motor Speedway and Milwaukee Mile, and trying to remember the third track. But anyway, it's just a collab of basically three tracks mashed up into one. And if I could remember the third one, I'd be doing great, but I cannot. So, starting rundown. Here we go.
So, starting P1 will be Will Roberts. P2 will be Zachary Rongich. P3 will be Brandon Moore. P4 will be Jay Sanchez. P5 will be Chris Schaefer. P6 will be TJ Elaine. P7 will be Randy Koken. P8 will be Josh Small. P9 will be Philip Bridgman. P10 will be Joe Stite. P11 will be Ernest King. P10 will be Skylar Sigston. P13 will be Jonathan Alton. P14 will be Nick Rader. P15 will be Kyle Heath. P16 will be Brandon Anderson. P17 will be Jacob Carter. P18 will be Cole Bushman. P19 will be James Sellner. P20 will be Jim Coleman'sberger. P21 will be Kevin Roy. P22 will be Darrell Wells. And P23 will be Mr. Myers, ladies and gentlemen. So, Will, the question is, can anyone beat Jacob Carter tonight? And who is your sleeper?
Well, I almost want to pick William Roberts just because William Roberts. But anyway, maybe someone like Brandon Moore, maybe Schaefer down in the 23 machine. He always seems to find his way somehow or another up to the front in the closing miles. But if I had to pick a sleeper, I'd probably go with the driver of the 19 car Randy coaching, maybe. Uh, Maybe Kevin Roy. There's just way too many good drivers in the field to pick, especially just one. But yeah, those are my picks, I guess we could say.
Yeah. So who I would think that could possibly win it? And then I'll choose my sleeper. Uh, I'm gonna have to go with let's see, Wrongage. I'm gonna have to. He's been doing very good in my sleeper. I'll probably say Selner.
Well, I would agree with you on Rongich, but I don't want to. I don't want to say any ill will or anything bad. Just assessing, the races that we have been able to cover, and it seems like either speeding on pit road or just getting loose at the wrong time, and just he can't seem to get past all the mistakes. So maybe today he can get past all of them and maybe succeed here at Pocono. The first 9 competitors, if I'm not mistaken, first 8 or 9 was separated by a half a second. So that is great to see in qualifying. And we had, I believe, 16 or 14 drivers qualify. The rest did not take that option, so not a lot of wear on the back half of the field's tires. Pace car pulled off, and the start is green. Roberts gets a good launch, gets a good hole shot on the field. Brandon Moore, it'll get spit out here in a minute, gets a good jump into second place, starting in that P3 and diving into turn 1 on the opening lap. I was almost expected to see that initial start a bit more fanned out, and yes, you were correct. Looks like whoever was in the red car just in front of Ernest there really had a weird exit. He kind of came across 2 lanes, it looked like, from the camera position of the wall mount that we had there. Just kind of coming down across the nose of Ernest in the 24 machine. That's what it looked like in real time. Not going to know for sure until we see the replay. Excuse me. The Folgers car, the Folgers Mustang. Not sure who that is.
That's TJ.
TJ Bell, or
Elaine.
not Bell, but Elaine, yes. TJ Bell is a former Truck Series competitor. Oh, looked like Alton or Otten. I think
I
that
don't.
was Jonathan.
Yeah, that was an iRacing caution. I know nobody threw that. That's for sure. Like I said, Ernie gets caught in a lot of it, unfortunately. Now, if we
Yeah,
come,
him and Randy seem to have the same amount of luck whenever it comes to uh, racing in general, it seems, from what we get to witness at least. Oh, somebody's in an out-of-coming car. Just the six there. Oh, the two of Sanchez. That's kind of what did done happen, Brian. The two of Sanchez just kind of lost it, or perhaps just all of a sudden got tight, just washed completely up the track, and that could have possibly uh, got TJ a bit just not sure where he was going, perhaps, and he was trying to avoid the two. So he cut down the track, and unfortunately, whenever he cut down the track, Ernest was there. But yeah, you can kind of see there he was not expecting the two car to jump up about three, maybe almost four lanes, and looks like the six was just taking a evasive action to get away from the two car. The six just was like, whoa, you came out of nowhere and scared me. You're going to see here, I think Sanchez is. Oh, Sanchez and the five. Okay. So Sanchez comes down, maybe had a net code with the five, or contact for sure. And that's what set him up the track. So
yes,
that is all unfortunate all around. Isn't Sanchez teammates with Ernest?
yes,
That
it,
is
it
ironic
is.
as well. Um,
Randy, I see
William
Randy up
Roberts,
there in P4. He got through that little shindig. He was right there.
yeah, yeah, he had a good opening start there. I will agree. That was a good start for Randy. Um, I would suspect Randy, as long as he could stay up there with these top qualifiers, uh, he qualified up there. What was it, sixth? So,
Yeah, I do
I mean,
believe.
he most certainly does. I would suspect to have the pace. So
Oh yeah. As they try this again, Outland
so do
doesn't
you
look that
guys get
bad.
to?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, my bad. I didn't. We both kind of was going to talk at the same time. We do that a lot to each other. I was going to ask, do you guys get to pick which pace car you want for each event?
Yes.
You guys should pick the Porsche for like everything.
That's only on road courses.
Okay, never mind.
I know that's very upset. I do like the Porsche though. Porsche looks nice. So this
Because I don't know
weekend
what the
you'll.
heck this thing is.
That's a sedan.
Well, no. Yes, Brian, it is a sedan, but I don't know what it is.
What is up there, buddy? Long time no see. As
Well,
we
I
see,
mean, I hope we are loud. I mean, I would like to be loud so everybody can hear us.
we're doing good. Uh, they're over here doing the tricky triangle. You know, a little silly mistake on lap one, so that's all right. Maybe they'll get that fixed. Well, it was not a big wreck. It was not. So that's always a good thing. Just two cars that came together and stuff like that. But yes, thank you for tuning in and sharing the love. Much appreciated. So we can't thank you enough. Me and Will. We'd like to see you out on track sometime. Miss chit chatting with you, so that's always another good thing. But anyway, Will. Will's gonna take the green here. It's not you, unfortunately. It is the other Will.
Yep, I'm going to get the
But
restart here on lap 5. Going to have 40 laps remaining. and kind of surprised to see how quickly we got through the pace laps or the caution laps. But we were kind of reviewing that wreck for a long one. But Will Roberts gets another good launch yet again. Brandon Moore, it would seem possibly maybe pitted because he's no longer up there in the front of the field. So Brandon Moore possibly came in to pit, maybe top off the old fuel tank. He's always great about doing stuff like that on us. And he patiently makes his way back up through the field after making his pit stop.
VR broke. That's unfortunate.
So who is this that we're talking to
Mike.
right now in our chat?
This is Mike.
Mike who? What's his
Uh,
last name?
oh, I forgot his last name. That's how long it's been.
Okay. Have
Go ahead,
I
Mike.
known this Mike?
I don't think so.
Okay.
You might have.
Hello, Mike. Well, Roberts and Rongich kind of getting a good separation here. About a second, almost a second and a half, just over a second and a quarter lead over Schaefer in that 23 machine. Big battle going on back here just outside the top 10 as Jacob Carter and Brandon Moore. No love lost between these two. They are, I wouldn't really say working together, but they are coming up through the field together, more or less. Got to get by Marley first in that 57. Joe Steit, oh man, right as I was about to say, kind of holding his own. He held his own right into the wall, and that's going to allow Marley and Brandon Moore to get by. That's Sellner in the Adam Petty car. I was like, I wish I knew who was in the Adam Petty car, but anyway, if you look at the door number, you will find the answer you're looking for. Randy, not having the greatest of restarts on this particular one here, Brian. He is really falling back through the field. But making it work on the tunnel turn on the outside of James Sellner. James Sellner was definitely not prepared for Randy to stick it on that outside like that. You could really see had to back out of it, or he was going right into the driver's seat of that 19 car. So great driving by James to have the awareness of, oh my goodness, the nose stepped away and I got to get out of it.
54 of Kyle Heath.
In the white car, yes, the 54 of Kyle Heath, being very methodical, working his way up through the field. What position did he start in, Brian?
16th.
So started in 16th, possibly pitted with Moore and a handful of others there to top off with the fuel. 50% fuel. Let's do some math real quick. Another caution is out. Oh, man, that looks like Schaefer. It is Schaefer in the 23. Look, we got Nick Rader going through the access part of the track in turn 3. So maybe Nick Rader and Schaefer possibly had a comings together in the tunnel turn. Oh, from the still frame. We had an orange car going around the outside of Schaefer. Schaefer didn't have the best of turn 1, it looked like. Really not quite the best of turn 1. The 82 and what number is that? That orange and purple car?
83.
The 83 must be teammates. Gets a great run on the outside of Schaefer down the one of the back straightaways going into the tunnel turn, and Schaefer just got tight, and man, well, Brian, that was unfortunate. Looks like the 82 going to try to stick it up the outside, and that is probably nothing more than a racing deal. Schaefer trying to not fall back as much and wanted to try to keep the positioning he had. And the 82 was like, nah, my nose is here. As Nick Rader just kind of nowhere to go. He just kind of unfortunate. He was going to avoid it, but then the bouncing 23 coming back off the wall, ricocheting from the outside to the inside. Nick just so happened to be going that direction to avoid it. So a couple of quickies early on here. We got a few laps in under the belt there before I mean it's really early in the race. Just like I said, Schaefer probably trying not to fall back as much and just trying to protect. But then the 82 uh, trying to move forward. I don't I don't want to cast too much judgment, but the 82 could have once he saw Schaefer coming up, he could have backpedaled and possibly just waited until Long Pond or maybe down the back straightaway before the tunnel and got Schaefer that time. He could have been Bushman in the 82 could have been a little bit more patient, but he was probably trying to follow his teammate there, Anderson, in the 83. So, you know,
Switch to Team Ford. Oof. I'm sorry. Uh, well, I mean, I wouldn't say that. I have nothing against them. I've driven plenty of them. So they, I just like that you can see their dash a little better than a Chevy. Well, hold on. We'll do this. Well, I'll show you what I mean by that. So
I knew what you meant.
if you come to
You can see the taps.
Roberts, yeah. If you go to, I just want to show these boys what the difference. So you see how the Chevy's is here? That's inside of a Chevy. And then you come over here to Sixton, but he's kind of sitting up too high. The Fords have all theirs in one way, and then their big RPM thing there. So Fords are not bad. Some people say the handling's different, but I don't. I really don't. It's all based off of driving style, if you ask me. So yeah. So that's what I think. So
Everybody's driving styles can be vastly different. It's very hard to find two people, let alone three or four or five, that can all drive the same line equally to one another. Someone within that small group of people is going to be a little bit quicker than the rest, or one's going to be because the rest of them are one part of the track. So,
yeah. Well, next week these boys go to Iowa under the lights.
well, that'll be a doozy of a track, especially depending on how many was to partake in that event.
And you
The
know,
track
and
that
I
Rusty
know,
built.
yes, the outside lane, you hit that seam wrong, and bye-bye.
Yes. Got to be careful how you straddle the seams at Iowa. Also, throughout the years, certain parts of the track, only a 50-mile track, um, it has got a bit of a character to it in its short period of time, and it does have some bumps to it, just like Pocono does here today. Green flag back out.
You see Kyle Heath with the 48 to the outside. As Kyle Heath keeps her down on the bottom there, but Roberts there is like, all right, I'm gone. Back here we got, oh, look at that train. Jacob Carter with a little
Oh,
push.
I was about to say Jacob Carter. Yes, indeed, pushing James Sellner, giving him a
And there's the other
decent.
caution. TJ Tyler Alton. Well, these early goers will tend to. Oh,
Oh, oh man, that really sucks. Is that Brandon Moore in the 9?
yes.
That really sucks for Brandon Moore.
Let's take a look.
May not look like a lot of damage to that 9 car, but I tell you what, it's probably a lot more than it looks.
Let me
He's
see if
already
I
got some previous damage from something.
Myers hit that seam down there and washed up, and Brandon said, "There you go."
Yep, that's a lot of damage. May not look like a lot. It is a lot. On a Porsche 911 GT3, that would have busted all 3 radiators. Oh man, the 6 had a moment. I think Philip Bridgman just skated by on the edge of his heels here. Yep, Tyler just got down. He hit the flat. The apron here at Pocono is literally flat, and the track right there in the tunnel turn, it's still banked a little bit. So um, whenever you hit that flat, it's really going to shoot you up. But that's exactly just like what you mentioned.
I need to go
Brian. That's
back
exactly
to
what happened.
Tyler. I don't know if it was net code, but we'll have to. That's
Well,
a.
regardless, he still hit the flat, and
Oh
it
yeah.
shot him up regardless. Like I said, I don't want
Oh
to speak
no.
any ill will or any bad towards anybody, but
Oh no, he
just call
touched
it
him.
how we see it. Oh yeah, that was a good kiss of death on the left rear quarter, and oh man, 6 already been involved in.
Two of them.
Yeah, you're right.
Did Carter get involved in that one? No, he's probably just finishing off, topping off. But well, Saturday, these boys take on Watkins Glen in the Cup cars. So we'll see how much of a doozy this is. I do believe we did multiple. Well, what was it? Trucks were there. What, last week? I do believe.
Xfinity.
Oh, that's right, Xfinity. Yes, yes.
Was the truck there last week?
No. Um.
No.
Trucks was. I can't even remember. Michigan.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No, Kansas. Because they were at.
Michigan was this week.
Yes, so they were at Kansas. So the next week they're at New Hampshire. Oh, your favorite track, by the way.
Ain't my favorite track.
Sir, we know it is. Just.
No.
Oh, okay. So I see a little
Maybe
scuff
on
up here.
NASCAR inside line.
Heat 5? No? Oh, okay.
No.
Nick Rader's car. I like this close up of the cars there, Will.
Yeah, Nick Rader miraculously got that quick fix and already used it. Already back up there inside the top 5. Seems like every caution we get at least half the field coming down to top off. So Kyle Heath now inside the top 5 in 5th place. Roberts, Andrew.
Robert. What about Roberts?
Hello.
Hello. Thank you.
I guess the Discord cut out whenever I was doing my little rundown there, eh?
Oh, it's alright. Here we go. Roberts back off. It seems like turn 1 and turn 2 are where the issues at. Turns 3, holy crap, Shanikis. Randy gets her down in there. Kyle Heath, you see there? Oh! Look at that gaggle back there, Will.
Yep, you love to see it. You gotta stop saying that C word. But yeah, I think everybody is now gonna try to pace themselves out here. Randy diving underneath Josh, taking that position away on the exit of the tunnel turn. Marley trying to advance. Who is he? Coleman'sberger. He is getting by Coleman'sberger now.
Nice little views here. You see Jacob Carter sucking in behind a 24.
Yep, they're both looking to get by Philip Bridgman, that 5 CarQuest Kellogg's number 5.
Oh, where's Jake? Oh, where's Jake? No, he's not there. Oh, wait, no. Oh, there he is. Welcome back, Jake. Sorry, I enjoy having fun. Feel a little tight on the outside, especially if he couldn't arc it in there the way that he wanted it to arc.
Yeah, Mountain Dew leading the charge with Interstate Batteries here.
Oh, what a save, Jake. Good save.
Anderson has gotten around Roberts for the lead, so that moves the 83 car up to first place. As we watch these battles going on back here, Roberts still right behind Anderson, determined to stay up there. Rongich still in third place. Got a bunch of teammates against teammates up here. The top 7 is nothing but teammate on teammate crime.
Actually, the whole top 10. So, I guess Anderson and Bushman are teammates, I guess. Then you got Roberts, Rongich, Rader, Sanchez, teammates. And then you have Kyle Heath and Coleman'sberger, teammates. All up there in the top 10, so it's going to be a good one here, I do believe.
Just a handful of laps away from halfway point. Get back to the topic of fuel. 50% fuel with these NASCAR Xfinity cars here at Pocono. I would imagine maybe, I don't even know, Brian. I'm trying to think.
Well, it's a 45 lap, so with the Xfinity cars, I want to say maybe anywhere between 23 to 25 and a half laps of fuel, maybe. That's just a long shot.
with the cautions that we've had, and some people pitting and not, and we know Roberts hasn't pitted it. Well, okay, I take that back. The last caution we had, I think everybody came down.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I'm
But
over
like I
here
said,
sketching about.
I could be wrong. I'm not sure. So. Oh, where's
I mean,
Brandon
that sounds
Moore?
like a pretty
He
rough
blunt.
guesstimation.
Yeah. Phil, as we see him pace through these little trees here, going down the Long Pond stretch into turn 2.
Yes, the
Oh,
total turn.
Phil arc it a little bit more. He'll be alright. Oh, well, maybe he likes that lane. There you go. You see Brandon Moore there creeping up. Oh, well, we're ready. 25 to go.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, you're right.
Pocono's a big track, but whenever you whenever you don't really have a lot of laps, it may seem like, oh, it's going to go by pretty quick, but it's still being a pretty big track. The lap time, anywhere between 52 to 54-second lap time, depending on the tire fall off and whatnot. So
okay, so you see the 82 here. Catching the back end of Wrongich. And then you have Sanchez and Rader, the two teammates, looking to run down the 82. You see Zach with a great run behind Roberts there. And that camera just loves indoors and keeps switching. But that is fine. We don't care. I have it on exciting, so the cameras would just, flop back and forth. You understand?
kind of thought for a moment that Bushman, I don't know if we got to see it or not, like you said, the camera panned out and went to Nick for some exciting reason. Um, Looked like possibly could have been 3 wide going into turn 1, but we didn't get to see. So
Hmm. I guess Raiders exciting. So, now we're back to your twin. Roberts here in a plain old 51. What if my trading paints is being silly? We'll have to find out. Oh, I think I know why. I don't know if I... Boy, this is silly on my end. It'll probably refresh everybody's... Oh, no. Yep. Maybe. Yeah, I didn't have it open. That's why. There we go. Well, silly me. So now we'll see what they're running. My apologies, everybody. I thought that it was open already, but apparently not. So, there's Robert's car there. And now we're getting everybody's paint schemes loaded in here.
yeah, I was kind of wondering or thinking like why some of these guys look like they were kind of on a base
Yeah,
paint scheme, but I should have said something to you a lot sooner.
yeah. Well, next
Old
time
Yeller.
by, we'll do our uh, special thing here. There it is. I knew he was in a memory. Oh, he's in a Dasani's paint scheme. Mr. Heath. I thought it was a memories. That's what it looked like, at least. And, aha, that's a better looking 88 there, Wrongich. As we take a look.
Yeah, it's like half the field just switched paint schemes in the middle of the race.
Yes, boy, silly me. My apologies. I see Anderson just pulled away. You see there, Will, with a almost 2.5 second lead over third. But if Zachary was smart, he would stick with the 82 there. That looks like a Casey Kane throwback, I do believe.
No, it's a either Scott Speed or AJ Allmendinger.
Oh, Okay, so
One of the
20.
two.
Yes, sir. See, well, now there it is. 54 of Kyle Heath instead of his plain car. He's now in Dasani. So that's a little better, I do believe.
You know, I never knew how to pronounce that bottled water until today. Thank you.
Oh, and there's Jake's better looking one. For some odd reason, it showed Carter in Interstate, but apparently he wasn't in Interstate. Oh, and Randy
Mobile
there.
one.
And there. Okay.
Yeah, Marley's in a Twitch car now. Like I said, everybody pretty much
Got their paint schemes
it's
back.
it's almost like they got to rewrap halfway throughout the race.
Alright, well, we're going to go to our little segment here, and you know what that is.
Indeed, the crank it up portion of the broadcast. So turn your television and surround sound up and enjoy the extra loudness.
Alright. You see here, pit stops are coming underway, Will. But you still got the 83, the 88, the 82, the 54, the 48, the 2, the 57, the 20, the 01, and the 23. That is your top 10.
Yes, green flag pit stops occurring just right as we were going to our crank it up section, our segment of our broadcast here. Almost said telecast. Roberts, I want to say, was the first. Then he brought in Randy after that. Then
Coleman'sburger.
Coleman'sburger, yes indeed.
And now everybody else is coming in. Yep.
So,
That's going to be a busy pit road, bull.
oh yes indeed. Got to be very careful. Even though it may be a pretty wide pit road, Take It Carter got some damage to the left front valence of the fender there. But pretty wide pit road, but still got to be careful. Pit boxes and everything plenty wide, but with everybody coming down, you never know what type of trouble lay afoot trying to get off of pit road.
Look at that gaggle.
Yeah, I would have probably waited a lap.
Yeah.
Or came in earlier. You know, did the same thing that my namesake did. Short pitted.
Yes. There's Kevin Roy. New paint scheme looking there. All right, bet. You see Carter. Now gonna.
Yeah, for some reason, Kevin Roy uh, may not, I guess, have the speed this evening because normally he sneaks his way up inside. Oh, man, excuse me, pardon me, sorry. Normally he kind of sneaks his way up into the top 10 by now, but
There's the paint scheme I was looking for Jim instead of that plain white one. Michelob
yep,
Ultra.
Michelob Ultra. Yep, can we say that at the same time again? Probably not.
Not. No.
It's a, yes, it's a beverage paint scheme, but it also looks like a old Valvoline, like Neil Bonnet, Kel Yarborough type of paint scheme at the same time. I mean, it's got the same colors, so why not?
So now Sellner's at a different paint scheme now.
Yes, yes, he is. Went from Adam Petty to Justin Allgaier real quick.
Boy, they must have wrapped that up real fast in the pits. I'm not sure
buttons and it's magic.
if they have to pit one more. I don't know. I should have gotten that information before. Because I don't think they can make 20 something laps. That's for sure.
The pit cycle started at 19 to go, Brian.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, who knows if they have 16 laps of gas? We did some really bad intel before the broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
As by that I mean none. I was gonna ask around and do some stuff, but I got busy beforehand and wasn't able to communicate with no one. Quite unfortunate. Also, whenever the Xbox Live app or party or whatever is messing up and not letting people you normally talk to stay in it longer than 5 seconds. So, James Sellner coming up.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. I will have to agree with you on that. You know, it takes a lot to come over from console to iRacing. It is completely different, as you alluded to, and it is a whole different ball game, so to speak. You got to learn all over again what you already thought you knew. So I really like that Bass Pro Shops paint scheme, whether that's a real life or a concept car. It kind of reminds me that it may be I don't know if it is or not. I was going to say it may be the Jamie McMurray All-Star Race Win paint scheme, but I don't know if it is that or not. As Anderson's still your race leader after the pit cycle. Rongich in second. He got back around Bushman before that cycle of pit stops. So Bushman's third. Kyle Heath fourth. William Roberts, your pole sitter. What?
There's a different 9 now. Look at that.
Yep. William Roberts, though, rounds out the top 5. Nick Rader in the 48 is in 6th position. Jaden Sanchez, 2nd. Jacob Carter moved inside the top 10 before that sequence started. He sets in 8th. Ooh, Sanchez got around Roberts. It looks Roberts back in the pits. So maybe his short pitting strategy, maybe he split it in half, Brian.
Maybe.
Maybe lots of maybes going on, lots of speculation, because like we said just a moment ago, we don't even know how many laps they're getting on fuel. So I would speculate that it's not a lot. That's a great speculation there, I know. Anywho, great battle going on between, I wouldn't really call it a battle, more so as he is following Nick Rader through the field, or through the traffic at least. Not sure what car that is right behind them that they just passed. Didn't really get a good look at the bright red number. But
45.
that is the 45 of Wells, not Orson Welles, but anyway, he was involved, I think, in one of the wrecks earlier, so I believe that's why he is off the pace. I didn't know that we had a Team Red Bull in our league now. That is fantastic, or in the BNR league. That is really nice to see.
SXRL, that sounds familiar. That's right. We got the 83.
Braden Anderson doing a great job here at Pocono. I would say controlling this field. Zachary Rongich just looks like he's got another second place car today, Brian. Just unless a caution comes out, or maybe he does something different than others, but just at the moment looks like he's got second place wrapped up.
Oh yeah.
I kind of wish I knew how much fuel they got so I wouldn't be so paranoid at the moment, but because I'm just like, man, if Roberts pitted twice here in the final 20 laps, like that kind of, man, really makes me wonder. But Anderson with a really controlling lead. He has 5 1/4 seconds over second place and the rest of the field. Bushman staying with Longwood right there, so top 3 separated by 5.5 seconds. Battles, I would say, all throughout the field as Nick Rader and Jacob Carter are about to have a tussle. Jacob Carter has caught the 48.
Yes, he has.
Trying to see who else.
Pretty
I'd say this
close.
might be the
Closest battle on track.
yes.
Let me see Raider there. Is just going to say, all right, Jacob, go ahead. You are faster. But Raider there hugging that bottom lane there. Oh, man.
Longich and Bushman are having a battle for second, Brian. Bushman diving to the inside of the 88. Maybe Longich might try to cross him up coming down the back straightaway here going into the tunnel turn. But then just may not be able to get back to him as well. So Red Bull first and second here. Anderson and Bushman, 83 and 82.
Don't you like it? They wreck early on and then pow, look. It's like a whole different field.
Well, sometimes on the opening start, people just either get antsy or sometimes you just miss your turn-in point. I don't know how it happens sometimes on the opening start, but it does, and mistakes are made, and then just sometimes they, for some reason, yellows give birth to other yellows, and sometimes they get it going right and everything gets going good. Like
That
you said, it
Indian.
can almost seem like it's a whole nother race from which you first started to tune in from. Just as I thought that Rongich had a second place car, as he was falling back to third. Kyle Heath, still in the top 5. He is the car entering the picture right there on the, now in the foreground. 5 laps remaining for Anderson. But as we alluded to earlier, we still don't know if they have to make another pit stop or what is transpiring.
No, I don't. Not too sure.
Now Nick Rader coming into the clutches of Skylar Sigston. Skylar is trying to run down and get a top 5 position, but only so many people can get into the top 5. As you can see here, coming down the main straightaway, Skyler gets a really good run. Nick Rader coming over towards the passenger side to maybe get somewhat of a side draft back, but couldn't really stall him out. And Skyler takes that 7th place away from Nick Rader. And Jim Coleman'sberger will be the next to try to advance past Nick Rader in the 48 machine.
Hey, King's in a different car too.
Yep, and
the
as
6.
I said, he must have been a Gordon fan, and maybe I was right. Anyway, so as the cameras just love to keep changing on us. Every time I'm about to speak, it's like change. So, just under 3 laps to go.
Boy, it just slows changing. Oh, Jacob Carter coming up on the 2. Does he clear the 2 to get on by? He does!
And Jacob Carter now inside the top 5.
I want to say Sanchez beat his tires up a little bit. But
just a bit too much. As if he was whacking them with a bat. 2 laps to go now. Anderson. Questions are, does everybody have enough fuel to get to the checker?
You see Selner there running down Coleman'sberger,
who is also running down Nick Rader. So this is going to be a 3-way battle for 8th place. Once the camera...
Oh! What a checkup and a half from the King and a Lion. Oh, you see TJ picks off 2 cars.
Wait, so there was never a number 6 this whole time?
No, it's 69.
Oh my word.
Final lap, well.
Yes, the final lap is out for Team Red Bull here today at Pocono. They came, entered, and dominated. Had to work their way through the field to get there. And, oh, that is a huge moment. Is that anymore? Who was that?
That was Tyler Myers and 13.
I thought it might have been. But yes, 83 and 82, Anderson and Bushman. If I'm not mistaken, they kind of started outside the top 10, I think, right? Checkered flag waving,
Uh,
and there is
no,
Anderson.
Anderson started up front.
Oh, okay, my apologies. That's right.
I think they were fourth, and I can't remember. But Red Bull had it wrapped in a bag, and then wrong itch. So
Rongich, Heath, Carter, and I would say some of these competitors most definitely still racing to the checkered. Um, but I would say the top five are pretty locked up.
see as these boys come back. Well, and Ernie crosses the line there.
So everybody crosses this checkered. Excellent run for everybody involved. Just what was it, 3 cautions in total here at Pocono.
Mm-hmm.
So they finally got it straightened out, figured out, and going. Once they did, it was, I would say, a pretty good race all around. No victory celebration by your race winner either. Wow, unprecedented. So, excellent Pocono Xfinity race. I would have to say.
Somebody's doing. Who is that?
Pretty good teammate dominance.
Somebody out there doing it. Don't know who. Yes, the teammates won too. And then you got Wrongich and then Kyle Heath, then Carter.
Yeah, if
So
Jacob Carter had one more lap, no, my bad, I misread that, or did I? No, okay.
well, I don't see the other two in here, so we'll go ahead and talk to Zach. Mr. Wrongich.
What's up?
Hey, Zach. So qualified P2, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Um, just what do you think it would have took for you to possibly maybe get the dub tonight? Maybe get a late race caution there towards the end.
Well, I think I would have had to pit one more lap sooner. We all pitted together, and he got out to about a 3.5 second lead, and for about 8 laps there, me and him were dead even. And then once my tires wore out, he was able to keep that speed. But I think if there's a caution. I would have had. I don't even know if I had tires. If I did, I would have had to take tires. But I was too tight there at the end. But still a good race.
I know you wasn't really mired too much back in the traffic too much, but from your assessment, how would you assess the racing tonight, Zach?
I think it was good. I was race clean. I don't know about back there too much, but I was top in the top three pretty much the whole race, so I couldn't answer that. Uh, if I told you anything else, I'd be lying to you. So
Right on. Um, how'd the car feel once you got going? Once you got a good long green flag run going that we did.
felt great. Felt great for about 8 9 laps, and then it was still felt good. Like it was just a little tighter than the guy in front of me. Me and second were pretty much even. Um, it just came down to who was going to be getting runs there at the end to make passes, but it was so tight, so hard. Another thing, in turn 1 and 2, in the middle seam there's a bump, so you could enter in perfectly and try to race the guy, but the bump sends you up the hill when you're already tight. It's like impossible to race right there on old tires. But yeah, I think in the beginning there, I was a little too conservative trying to work with my teammate Will, um, and allowed that I forget what that 83 car to get by us there. But on new tires, I don't think he was much faster than us.
Sir, I've
Well,
been working with Will. He's in the booth here.
um,
So he's my teammate.
I'm talking about
so
Roberts,
Oh,
William.
and that's who this is talking to you.
well, Zach, next week is Iowa. If I'm not mistaken, unless Brian lied to me, but
No, it's Iowa.
next week is okay. It's Iowa, but next week is Iowa. So, what would be the mentality or mindset? Do you think he could settle in the front row again and hopefully get a dub?
Sure, yeah. It all comes down to um, strategy, I think. As long as I can run a clean race, I haven't really ran there, but I've ran at a lot of these tracks, and I've been up there. I just got to put in some practice, and we'll see. We'll see where we end up.
Iowa is slick at night. It'll be a night race. And you will have to change up your lines throughout mid of the race. I do think y'all are doing 100 and something laps there next week, so yes. But yeah, go ahead, Will.
All right. Well, Zach, got anything else you'd like to add about the race or racing, or maybe give some shout outs there?
Yes, you guys, RKR, everybody, teammates, and yeah, we'll see y'all next week.
You mean Saturday? But okay, yeah, that's
Well, I meant like in this league, but yeah.
oh
We'll see
okay,
y'all Saturday as well, and
okay,
Tuesday, and
okay.
Yes, he meant in this series he will see everybody
Next
on the
week.
next Xfinity race. Yes, race
yes.
day.
All right, Zach, I'm going to get you down there. The other two decided to join us, but that was good to talk to your P3s. Now we'll talk to P2.
Alright, guys.
Good job.
Let's just show him the stage left exit door.
Cole, you got a copy. Probably not. So we'll go ahead and move him back down real quick. And we'll talk to Anderson first, see if we can. Anderson, you got a copy.
I got.
Oh,
Hey,
there he is.
Brandon.
Hey.
We have quite a few Brandons. Anyway, um,
34.
what was the planning or the ideal of running the Red Bull schemes? I must ask.
I mean, I just like Red Bull cars. Plus,
Yes, they were pretty
they
cool.
were only two team cars open.
Good point. Good point. Anyway, that out of the way. Just I was dying to ask that. Anywho, so I take it you're a big Pocono fan, or you just really like Pocono? You won by 9 seconds.
I mean, yeah, I always like Pocono. It's a good track. It's not one of my favorites, but I like it.
Um, so explain how your car was handling, because apparently some of the other competitors in the field just wasn't able to whip around the track as quick as you. So just explain uh, to us, if you don't mind, how well handling your car might have been compared to others.
I mean, it looks like it was handling pretty good. Once it hit the setup, it was tight, but that's about it. Just a little snug. Pretty good though. I mean, Can't complain about it too much. I've driven worse.
What would be your opinion of the racing here tonight at Pocono?
For the most part, pretty clean. When I was coming to the field, there was a couple of questionable drivers, but up front it was pretty clean. Only one caution, so that's good.
If you're here next week for Iowa, Iowa is next week for the Xfinity Series schedule. What's your take or what's your thoughts about Iowa?
Um, I have to think about doing that one. Iowa's not one of my favorite tracks, but
Gotcha. Well, Brandon, anything else you'd like to maybe add or maybe get some shout outs there?
I mean, I just like to thank Red Bull for coming on board, giving me such a beautiful looking race car and fast car, and I to thank them. That and my teammate.
Well,
Yes.
congratulations to you, Brandon. Good to see you out there, and also surprisingly quick as well.
Hey, he had
Yeah, thank you.
almost 10 seconds over second. I didn't
I
know.
just got lucky. They were just racing behind me. Just cruising.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just get a bit clean air and check out. I mean, I'm sure a
Oh,
couple
yeah.
others in there could have done the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Oh, well, you got anything else for him?
Well, I mean, he pretty much answered everything.
There you go. Awesome job, bud. The rookie on board. First race in the BNR. Comes out, snags a dub. It's
Yeah,
always a
thank
good
you.
way to represent. Yeah, I was at work. They all messaged me, hey, we got these guys who want to join. I'm like, the admins are there. Go handle it. So, I mean, it's like, okay. But good job. Good impression out there. And
Yeah,
I
thank you.
want to say rear end whipping. I don't know. But yeah, good points overnight for you. And hopefully see you next week.
Yep, thank you.
You must not like to talk a lot. But that's all right. I will go ahead and see if we can talk to Cole. Boy, why does that name sound familiar? Cole.
Hey, can you all hear me?
Yes, now we can. How you doing?
Doing good. How are you all?
Doing fairly decent tonight. So Cole, kind of, how is your car handling through traffic there, Cole, coming up through the field?
It handled decently well. I mean, it was pretty tight. I pretty much drove my tires off once I got to second there and made a mistake into one and hit the wall. But overall, it wasn't terrible.
Um, how would you assess the racing here tonight?
The racing was really good. I made a mistake early and got into the 23. Did not mean that at all. Um, but I mean, other than that, I mean, it was pretty clean, and I mean, everybody drove really well. So overall, pretty good.
I would have to say congratulations, to you and your teammate there, Brandon. Uh, you guys running Red Bull paint schemes there, matching Red Bull schemes. That's always nice to see when teammates run matching schemes. Kind of hard for us broadcasters or commentators to, tell you apart from afar sometimes. But um, next week, Iowa. If you're here for Iowa, what what would be your mindset or mentality going into Iowa?
There's probably another one on doozy you probably don't like. Oh, well, there he goes. Okay. Well, he must be having connection issues there. We'll give him a minute, and then we'll go ahead and do our thing. That's what it sounded like. Connection issue. Um, but anyway, we'll go ahead and do our thing real quick. We'll see if he ends up coming back. Once again, I want to thank our cam guy who allows me to use it and bring me and Will bring you guys the excellent footage from up and above in the tower here. Remember, check them out, buy it, good price, fairly decent at trackcams22.com. Help them out, get their name out there. You know, he's an independent who builds his own cameras by scratch, so very good guy to talk to and stuff like that. But well, overall, great race, I do believe. Like I said, you know, we'll allow you to do the thing tonight. So there you go. Go ahead.
Well, me and Brian, we'd like to thank everyone for coming out, tuning in. Always, like he said, coming out and supporting just not us, but your favorite driver that is a part of the BNR Racing League. And, you know, tune in. Hopefully, you guys can tune in again tomorrow night for the SRU, I want to say, championship race for their season 8.
I think. Oh, excuse me. I think so. Not sure. We'll find out tomorrow. It's one of the
Anyway,
races.
if not, we'll be back Saturday with Walking the Glen in the BNR Cup Series. So please tune in for that. That'll be nice and fun. I surely bet. Anyway, we appreciate everybody, and hopefully everybody has a good night and a great day tomorrow.
Boom.